Hello everyone! In the last episode of my series we have assembled the interior of the AE86 model car. Starting from this episode today, I want to work on the body and make things a little bit more interesting. So this shell is about 40 centimeters long. It's in one metal piece, die-cast metal, already comes pre-painted. However, it still looks very empty, it has no doors, no windows. So what we have to do next is we have to install and assemble all these small parts that I have here. Over the course of the next few episodes, let's gonna complete this body shell so that the final AE86 car model looks more like a real AE86. Let's go! Okay, let's get started. I'm starting with the front windshield now. The upper part is just clipped into the body. The bottom part is held in place by two screws. Right now I'm installing the front frame rails. These frame rails are used to mount the upper body part against the lower frame. They make sure that the fenders and bonnet and bumpers in the end are all well aligned and have the right gaps. From the interior parts there is still the headliner, which has not been finished yet. Right now I'm assembling the rear view mirror. This is the left sun visor. I'm currently installing the two hinges that can be used to fold it up and down. I'll show you in a minute how this looks like. Again, the color choice is pretty accurate. The inside of the sun visors on the real 86s are indeed black, and the outside has the same grey color as the headliner. You probably have guessed already, this little part is the interior light that is positioned at the center of the headliner. Right now you can see how the sun visors are mounted to the headliner. With the two hinges you are able to fold them up and down. What I think is pretty cool is that the rear view mirror is actually not perfectly middled, but slightly tilted towards the driver's position, as if someone is really driving this little model car. It's an interesting little detail which I think shows how considerate the model car kit makers have been. Now this is pretty cool. For the interior lamp, the kit comes with a small LED to illuminate the interior. Right now I'm putting like a reflective stripe so that more light gets dispersed into the interior. I'm securing everything in place with some isolation tape. With the headliner now completed, I can install the assembly into the body. The headliner is held in place by just a few screws. This simplicity is one of the reasons why I think this model car kit is so great. It's so hassle-free. There is no need to glue things together. You don't need to paint anything. It's actually perfect for like a stressful day after work, when all you wanna do is to have a little bit of fun, assemble a model car, and on top of that, the final result just looks amazing. The next amazingness I'm installing here is the rear quarter panel window, the triangular shaped windows. Right now I'm preparing the outer frame. On the upper side they're using double-sided tape, and on the bottom side they're held in place by two screws. Again, the installation is super easy. I just put the glass in place and then snap on the outer frame, securing everything with two screws. On the bottom part of the body, I'm now installing these 90-degree brackets. These brackets are used to hold the rear bumper in place. As usual, everything fits perfectly, there are no gaps and there is no need to move things around or file things. I really wonder how they are able to make this kit so perfectly. I wonder how will the upper and the bottom part of the bumper fit together without having any gaps. But I'm pretty confident, based on my experience with this kit so far, that in the end everything will fit together perfectly. With the upper bumper part done, I can finally install the left quarter panel. This part is again a die-cast metal part. It's held in place by a few screws on the inside, and as you can see, there are virtually no gaps and everything looks perfectly. It's really a testimonial to the quality of this kit and the know-how that went into engineering it. I think the company that made this model car kit has a lot of experience and know-how on how to build parts a certain way. To finalize the left quarter panel, I'm installing the trim piece with the iconic Treno badge. It snaps in place with a click sound. The main body is approaching completion quickly. The left side already looks pretty good. On the rear side I still have to do the tail lights and the rear hatch. Also the right quarter panel is still missing. I want to test the fitting quality of the upper body and the lower frame, so temporarily I'm installing them. The upper body snaps onto the lower floor with no issues. There are no gaps and no force needs to be applied. With the body joined together, the 86 now starts to look like a real car. Oh well, it looks maybe more like a car that has been broken up for spares, but still, I think it's great progress. It starts to look pretty cool, doesn't it? It also got really heavy. It's pretty difficult to lift up the entire model. And I'm really excited about today's episode because the 86 starts to look like the real thing. The body curves are now all in place. You can see where every part goes, where the door goes, where the hatch goes. And every part I assemble makes it look more and more closely resemble the real thing. I'm so excited for next episode where we're gonna put on the hatch, the other side of the quarter panel, maybe even a door, and it's gonna start to look really like an 86. For the next episode I have the taillights ready to go in, I have the other side of the quarter panel. So see you again in the next episode and thanks for watching. This is a die-cast shell made out of metal